Lamar.
This year he was pissed off.
Lamar.
Here
No,
we go.
you don't want
Hey,
New
hey,
Orleans
no.
dumbass to
No.
do that.
You can change our whole franchise,
Lamar.
bro.
No,
You would
don't.
be loved by the people at DC.
We'll give you two. We'll give you 300 million.
DC, you
We have that money.
you want
We
Dan
have that
Snyder
money.
to be your owner?
We have
You
that
want to go
money.
to New Orleans, Louisiana?
What's wrong with Louisiana?
We're all speaking.
What's right with
Lamar
Louisiana? It's
Jackson.
swamps and snakes.
Have you been to Louisiana?
No, have
Okay,
you?
I have.
You've been to
When?
I was born in Louisiana.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I was.
Welcome back, everyone, to Check the Stats, your weekly sports podcast. I am Hamza, along with Harry,
What's up?
T-Rain,
What's good? What's good?
and Dodge.
Yo.
Still in that Philadelphia jersey.
Same jersey.
Yeah.
Boo.
You should be in that Commanders jersey for this
Boo.
week,
Hey, man.
and it should
Hey,
be.
man.
Boo.
I mean, they got
What's going
eliminated.
on?
They got eliminated. So
It should be.
What's
Boo
going
you
on
too.
right now?
Boo you
I'm
too.
gonna be with the NBA.
You should be in the Sam Howell jersey, and that's what's gonna start us off this
Tear has
episode.
rolled down my face. You can't see it, but it has.
No more. Instead of starting Heineke, we're starting a rookie quarterback. So, Commander fans, you lost someone who you gave up 28 million for and some picks.
before I let the Commanders fans go,
Go ahead.
I want to say, remember 2 weeks ago when I was like, why did they go back to Wentz in that Niners game? I was like, just stick with Heineke because Wentz is not going to offer you anything different. And you were like, I agree with you.
So where's this point going? Where's this point going? Because I agree with you.
It took 1 week in the division, the season altering game against the Browns. It started Wentz and he did absolutely nothing.
I'm agreeing with you.
I
Like
know.
it's
So
stupid,
That's
bro.
all I want to say. Yeah.
It's stupid.
We called it.
So obviously I'm kind of upset we didn't make playoffs, but at the same time I'm not,
Kind of.
because like if you think about it, you're not gonna. Is Taylor Heineke or Carson Wentz gonna really take you to a big playoff push? No.
I think Heineke could have won that Browns game.
Yeah, I 100% agree too.
I don't understand.
But-
I don't understand that.
I just don't like. Even if we made playoffs, I don't see like
Okay,
Taylor
Going anywhere
Heineke.
far.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree.
So, I mean, I think it's good that we're out of the playoffs. Now get a good pick and develop Sam Howell.
Really.
Yeah.
You think he's a franchise guy?
I don't know if he's franchise.
But you could try.
Of course, you,
You
don't
can
know.
try.
How would you know?
but-
You haven't known since 91. 33 quarterbacks. Like 8 under Rivera.
You're.
We need to have a
That's crazy.
conversation about Ron Rivera. I ain't
Oh yeah, 100%.
like
He's in the hot seat. Right
6 weeks, 7 weeks in the season. I was like, he's doing what he could. He's doing what he could, right? But now, after all the decisions that he's made, I'm like, I don't think it's a job for him.
Dude, he did not know we were gonna get eliminated with
Yeah.
that Browns game.
It could have been sarcastic. He could have been sarcastic.
I don't think that was sarcastic,
But-
bro. It's.
But like,
I think what he was thinking-
even taking Dak's press conference out, he still made terrible decisions.
I think what he was thinking was like, okay, that this they're looking at it as a must win. So he wasn't thinking about like, but like
That
every
doesn't-
coach, every player
they-
knew
they
that like.
know. It's your season on the line.
Yeah, their season's on the line, so I don't see that's just stupid. Scott Turner, which is our offensive coordinator, he needs to leave, get fired. Ron Vera, I think, should get fired,
Fired.
right?
But is he
Um,
under contract for another year or no?
I think so. Yeah, he is,
He
but
is?
not Scott Turner.
Not Scott Turner.
Scott Turner should definitely leave. I mean, if you look at that Browns game, there were so many times where they didn't use Brian Robinson in 4th and 1. We had like 3 4th and 1s. They used Brian Robinson. They went with the backup running back.
Who's
For
that?
what reason?
Who's that? Gibson.
Some fucking Williams guy name. I don't even know, dude.
Where's
At this point.
Gibson?
Oh,
Who's
Gibson
Gibson?
was
Ron Rivera's
hurt.
contract's till
Gibson was hurt.
2025.
You're talking
Yeah.
about the running back, Gibson?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, Gibson was hurt.
Yeah,
that game.
Did you hear that?
His
What?
contract's till 2025.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
it's
a lot of,
crazy.
it's a lot of dead money. Then you have to get
It's-
rid of him.
It's crazy, but
no, a contract about to run out. Wentz. But
that,
yeah, I better cut him before he takes out $4 million.
Bro,
honestly, like like
He's too much.
as
of
a
risk.
as a team, I think we're good. We have solid pieces.
I agree with
It's
that.
just quarterback wise, like if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going
if you don't
anywhere.
have a quarterback, you can't succeed.
Simple.
And if you
Defense
don't,
is
and,
amazing.
and if you don't
Defense
have
is amazing.
and if you don't have a good offensive coach, you can't succeed.
Like the
Those-
wide receivers are stacked.
Those are two problems.
Defensive wise, we're good.
amazing.
It's just quarterback. Your
Your receivers are good. Your running backs are good. Your
Yeah.
tight ends are okay.
Yeah.
Linebackers
Decent
are
line.
eh. D line is amazing.
It's just now it's just quarterback time, and we haven't been able to find that, as Hamza stated.
33.
Yeah, about to lose
Thank you.
Heineke next year, and now you have North Carolina star with 10,000.
No, one thing about Heineke that I did like though, like he was supposed to start this week, and then he told the coaches that
Yeah.
Howell deserves a spot.
Yeah.
That's a real
really-
teammate. That's a real teammate right there.
Probably
He
Yeah.
knows he's done. He probably knows he's done in Washington. So he's like, give him the
Yeah.
chance, and let me get the fuck out of here.
5-3-1 this season.
I mean, what I don't like.
Everyone-
Based on what I've seen preseason from Sam Howell, it wasn't bad. Like he played the first 2 quarters every single time. It wasn't bad, but he's a really he can scramble, and our offensive line sucks.
So he has to.
He has to. So I think he'll do good with that in terms of comparison to Carson Wentz and Heineke.
His stats in college were good.
Yeah, his stats calls were good. I don't know. We'll see.
And they said he improved so far.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
His
How much could
ceiling
you?
is lower,
How much could you
but
prove
his
not
floor
playing a
is way
game?
higher.
In
Yeah.
practice, according to Rivera,
IQ wise, you could, but the best experience is obviously playing in the game. But speaking about the game, let's actually get to the Commanders game this week that you guys should not be looking forward to.
probably not gonna watch.
There's a chance.
It's against your
Division
longtime
rival.
rival, so I mean this game
Division.
always matters.
But the thing
Even if
is-
you're in and out of the playoffs, this game is always going to be a big game for both
Now,
fan bases.
if Sam Howell somehow wins this game,
or plays well.
He's gonna
that's
be
gonna be
goated.
amazing.
He's gonna be goated
That's
by
gonna
the
be
fan
amazing.
base.
The Cowboys need this game, and they need the Eagles to lose.
Yeah.
Just like the NFC
So
East.
It's a
They're
big
still
game.
playing
It's a
for
big game
things.
for the Cowboys for
It
sure.
is.
They're still playing for something.
If you're
So
not making the playoffs, fuck everybody else up, right?
yeah, exactly.
Spoil their team.
Deadass.
But if
I don't see the Commanders.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see us
this
winning
game,
either.
It's
though.
fucking.
It's just we don't know how Sam Howell's gonna play. That's it. That's literally it.
Predict his stat line, because right now the
Sam Howell's?
Cowboys are favored by 5.5 at FedEx.
fumble and an interception.
So what do you think
is
Sam
fine
Howell's going
by
to do?
Sam Howell.
100 plus, 200 plus, 250, 3
It'll be-
touchdowns, 2
I think
touchdowns.
it'll
2
be
picks,
closer to 200.
200,
Yeah, I think he's gonna have way more scrambling.
2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
I see
It's
that
not- It's
happening.
not bad.
I
1
see that
touchdown, 1
happening.
pick.
I just don't. I'm not expecting too much out of him though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
His
Pick and
first
fumble.
game.
But I mean,
can predict that
Brock.
much.
I know Brock Purdy's in an amazing system, but if
Don't
if a rookie quarterback can play like that, play pretty smart game manager. I mean, Howell should do that too. I think Purdy almost put up 200, 300 yards some games.
Against the 10th ranked defense.
But I mean, it's a rival though, so I mean, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything
though.
can happen.
We know
Sometimes in the last week they might be playing a little soft. They don't want to get hurt, and
Yeah.
those are the games that you somehow it's a trap game. It's a
That's
trap
very
game.
true.
As it happens all the time.
ESPN has the Cowboys winning 100%.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's good for you guys. If anything, it's good for you guys. So
Better pick.
Shit, me too.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking ESPN.
Think Cowboys.
We're all
Same
taking
here.
Cowboys.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm taking Commanders. I can't do that.
Not on the
It's
last
just, it is
week.
what it is.
Not on the last week.
We don't have anything to play
Is
for.
Dak not
You
playing?
gotta support your new.
I have
quarterback.
I have no more hope. I have no dignity anymore. So we'll go with
Dignity.
we'll go with Commanders.
Oh, dignity too.
Makes sense.
It's a little much.
Not Commanders, Cowboys.
Damn.
But I'm sorry. I really want to say us, but let's be honest. If we win, bro, it's static.
It's not gonna happen.
It's static.
Static in the one.
That's it. What else?
We
You
said that. We said
you
that
guys-
about the
you
Eagles
guys-
You guys
game.
are trying to do my jinx, my
We-
pick against the Saints jinx, and it's like 3-0. It's like 3-0 this season. Whenever I pick against them,
Hey,
something
we,
like that.
We said that.
I
We
picked them
said.
every game, and every game I didn't pick them, they won. Like literally every time.
Listen,
We'll
we
take it.
said that the Eagles game and we won. Okay. All right. So I think we can do it. It's a divisional
Commander
game.
Nation. Let's
I-
rise.
Season's over, bro. Come on.
It
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, bro.
Speaking about teams whose seasons are over, let's move on to the next game.
No, bro.
Panthers versus Saints.
Ah,
Both also eliminated from the playoffs.
Let's go Panthers.
Why?
That's what I'm talking about.
Why?
okay, wait. Before,
Aren't they like your rival?
400 yards last week.
Oh my god! Actually,
That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
speak about that.
That's
Let's
what
speak
I'm
about
fucking
that.
talking about.
Let's speak about that.
It blew it. The fucking gave Brady 400
Carolina
yards.
was
Mike Evans cooked them.
Carolina was a better team for like 75% of the game.
No
Like
cap.
maybe 80%.
No
You could
cap.
say that.
Sam
And
Darnold was
typical
Oh.
Brady, right? The defense suddenly falls apart and doesn't know what they're doing, and then
Yep.
he makes some good throws, and they end up winning at the end of the game. How many times have you seen that story?
You can't let him hang on. Tom Brady is a player you can never let hang on. You gotta
I agree.
At some point, he'll start clicking with his
Yeah.
receivers.
It took
especially
till
fucking-
week 17 for Brady and Evans to bring back that connection. Evans had over 200 yards, I think. Godwin had 100 yards. Tom Brady had 432 yards. And fun fact, that 63-yard touchdown to Evans was Brady's longest throw since 2018.
Yeah.
So
Check
he
down
did that
God.
in week 17, a 63-yard pass
Check
to the
down
same
God.
guy over and over again. And the Panthers cornerback, Henderson, was terrible. He got torched the whole second half. Like, the best player on the Bucs is Mike Evans. Your main job is to not let him get behind you. And what did they do 3 times? Let him get behind him.
Let him cook.
Every single time it was the same thing. Just run past him, run past him. Like that shouldn't happen in the NFL. Like if that's what the game plan is. So I don't know how the Panthers choked that game.
Yeah.
He just gave it up.
And that pretty much ended the Saints season with that loss. So that's unfortunate.
So let me ask you, a Saints fan. You guys traded your pick to the Philadelphia Eagles, and now you guys don't make playoffs. So where do you see the Saints going in this next off season and next season?
Nowhere.
Well, it was a plus at least being the Eagles, right? Because if we lost them,
Welcome to
that would
the
be
game.
a little bit more of a slap in the face, right? Like we gave them our pick and then they beat us, but we beat them, So now they're still in contention.
With the Cavaliers.
Well, they could still lose, right? Their division,
Yeah.
not lose,
No,
but be second. They can still be second.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a plus for
If
us.
they
A
lose.
little bit of a plus.
And you
for
get
us.
a higher pick. They
But,
get a higher pick, I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah. The pick is worse, but Lattimore came back that game, and he came back after missing 10 games, and he came back against, you could argue, the best receiver duo in the league, and he got a pick 6. Okay, so Lattimore did what Lattimore does. I remember what I said about him. He's the best corner in the NFL, and I think he showed that. But all the pieces for the Saints to win a Super Bowl are there. It's just the 2 biggest pieces are not there: the quarterback and the head coach.
Yeah.
And it's looking like the head coach is going to stay for next season, which is unfortunate.
Tragic.
Because, you could argue that there was just too many injuries this season and that you didn't see the full, potential of the team and the coach. I get it. It's a cop-out. Just saying there was too many injuries, so we'll give the coach one more year, right?
Yeah.
How many teams in this league are doing successful or doing well with a defensive head coach? I'm trying to think of one.
We're not.
The Chargers are just barely about to make the playoffs and they have a defensive head coach. I can't think of one. Every amazing team has a good offensive head coach. So we need to get rid of him, but it's not going to happen. I was going to say something. I just forgot.
Is Tom Brady coming?
It's probably not going to happen.
And Sean Payton too.
I hope, bro. I hope, because Sean Payton's been talking a lot, in the past month or two, about returning to be a coach. And if you look at all the teams that need coaches in the NFL, how many teams would Sean Payton actually want to go to? Arizona. You think Sean Payton's going to get along with Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray does not seem like a quarterback that Payton would want to coach. He doesn't seem very committed. He's not a typical pocket passer. I don't see him going to Arizona with a bad front office too. The Broncos are a little bit too far gone for Payton to go and try to turn everything over, right? There's too much work for him to do. He wants to go in and be a contender right away. I don't think the Broncos are that right team.
He could Broncos in 2-3 years. He could bring him back.
2-3 years. I don't think he wants to wait 2-3 years. Why would he leave the analyst job he has to build something? I think he wants to go in and he wants to be a winner. He wants to be a winner right away. So those are 2 teams right there. It doesn't look very likely. Who else? The Chargers. Now it looks like the Chargers are going to keep Staley because they made the playoffs, or they're about to, right? So 3 teams probably that you could say that need coaches, but he probably won't go. It looking like his best option is to come back to the Saints. He knows the system. He has the most power. He knows the owners. His GM is his best friend. I don't know why he wouldn't come back.
Just leaving and coming back now.
But why not?
Make a
He
full
hasn't
circle.
said anything he said he would be interested in coming back. So we could hope.
Anything's possible.
We could
That's
hope.
the hope for the next season.
The defense. This is the one thing I'll say about Dennis Allen, the head coach. In the past 7-8 weeks, the defense has played really, really well, and a lot of those games they did not have Lattimore.
Yeah.
And then you could say, okay, well, the defense played well. That's I guess that's what he's good at. But the Saints were top 5 in sacks. No one thought they would do that. Our defensive line is pretty ass. So if Allen gets head coach again, I don't see the Saints winning the Super Bowl next year. That's it. That's where I have to go. So
What's the biggest market cap to get a coach? Because I'm sure, coming from an analyst job, money is a big factor.
he's probably
at
going to
that
get
point.
20 to 25 million per year.
Mhm.
So it has to be a team who has that kind of money. The Saints have that kind of money, I think. Broncos probably don't. And the Broncos are also looking at Jim Harbaugh, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Tragic.
But think about it. How many teams could he go to that's in a good situation?
I was gonna say
There's not many.
Commanders have that money, but we're not getting.
It's
that.
not a good.
we're not getting rid of
It's not a good
He's still under
situation, bro.
contract.
And he wouldn't go. He wouldn't go there with Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go there.
Texans. Texans have nothing. They
Legit
have who do they have?
nothing.
They're going to draft number 1 overall. Is about it.
That's a big deal.
You trying to
but
build up.
But
with that?
why would Sean Payne go to the Texans, bro? Like he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
He wants to go somewhere where he can win right away.
I'll say Chargers. They already just got a coach. So yeah.
See, it's very plausible that he comes back, but we can hope. So this week's game, bullshit ass game versus the Panthers, we're gonna win this game. I'm not worried about this.
Give me the Panthers, bro.
We're better
So
than the
you like-
Panthers.
you
We're
like-
better than the Panthers
Like
top to
Sam
bottom.
Darnold like that?
Top to
I
bottom.
think Sam Darnold's not even gonna get signed next year.
Uh,
I think they're gonna
is
go
Sam
with
Darnold-
He showed good signs.
Is he
that
is
game.
he
But I don't
even,
think
is
he's
he
gonna
gonna
be
be the
signed.
quarterback
He
for
is
this
gonna-
game?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna start after last week.
But at this point, why wouldn't you start your rookie?
Start somebody else, but I mean, regardless, we're gonna win. I'm not worried about this game. This is a nothing game.
Blowout game by the Panthers. Surprising win against the Saints.
Bet money.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Hey,
Bet
bet
money.
US.
Put
Bet
a-
US.
Bet US pick of the week is the Saints are gonna win and cover.
Robble double.
That's what's gonna happen. Win and cover.
Win and covered.
Let's actually move on to like a actual game that's gonna affect playoffs. You guys rivals. Giants versus Eagles.
Let's go Eagles.
Jalen Hurts
Why?
reported to be
Because
back
we've
for
beaten
week
the
18.
Eagles, but we haven't beat the Giants. So I'd rather see the
What-
team.
I don't
No,
get it.
it's
That
because
got nothing
the
to
Eagles
do
are
with
doing
it.
well, and out of the two of them, if I want to see somebody go further, I'd rather see the Eagles than the Giants. And I don't like the Giants. 2 games I thought we were gonna win, we lost.
It all depends on Jalen Hurts
I
coming
feel
back.
like you should hate the Eagles more
Yeah.
Why? I mean,
because they're the better team,
yeah, but like
and you would not
They're
want them
on
to
a
go
roll.
farther.
I'm also partially.
Did you hear what he just said? He's like,
I'm also-
but I want them to go.
I'm
You should
also
hate the
partially
Giants.
Philadelphia.
Y'all
Are you seeing
tied and
this?
lost it.
Are you seeing this?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I do want the Eagles to win this game, only because I don't want
Okay, go continue.
because I don't want them to be in the same pool as the Commanders because the Commanders were the only one of the 2 teams to beat the Eagles. So I don't want the Giants beating the Eagles, right? But
It's terrible.
I just know that Giants are frauds. Okay, so they're not gonna go.
They're
But
not,
they're-
gonna-
they're
they're
not
not gonna win.
They
so-
already
They're
made
not
the
winning
playoffs.
this.
Huh?
They already made the playoffs.
I know, but I'm saying they're still frauds.
Mm.
Okay. Are the Eagles not frauds?
Eagles are frauds, but less of a fraud team.
They're frauds, but they can hold.
Your
up the
guys'
facade
logic
longer.
is not making that much sense. To
My
me.
logic is-
the best team in your division that's not you. You should hate that team.
My logic is
The Giants, you guys should not be worried about because
my
they're not
logic
beating
is
anybody in the playoffs.
my logic is we beat the best team in the NFC.
that
right?
doesn't mean shit.
I don't want the Giants in the same division.
Do you want
to
a
beat,
trophy? You want a trophy for beating
the
the best
Eagles-
team?
if
Because we
the
beat
Eagles
them
Yeah,
too.
win
I
We
want,
beat them too.
I want a trophy.
If the
We
Eagles
beat them
win the
too.
Super
But
Bowl,
I don't-
then
I
we can
don't-
say we beat the Super Bowl team.
I don't want the Eagles to. I don't want the
That's
Giants.
What you guys are banking on.
I don't want the
Basically.
Giants.
So if they win if a team in your division wins Super Bowl, you're gonna be happy because you beat that team.
Oh no, I don't want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Think about what you guys are saying, bro. Think about what you guys. You
I'm
idiots are
saying
right
I
now.
still want the Eagles to
I
beat
know
the
what you-
Giants.
I know. I understand. But why? You should want them to lose so the Cowboys can win it and the Eagles
No.
just.
Why we want Cowboys?
I'd rather have Eagles win the division
Why?
because I hate the Cowboys more.
You hate them more than the Eagles.
Yeah,
Boy, it's the Cowboys.
Why
I'm a
do you?
new
Why
fan.
do you hate the Cowboys?
It's the Cowboys. I've never liked the Cowboys.
For what reason?
I hate Cowboys. That is, I've been told since the beginning to never like the Cowboys, and for some reason it stuck. So now I don't like them.
Follow what people tell you.
Yeah, basically.
Sheep.
Sheep.
Damn.
Straight up Washington
No.
sheep.
But fuck
You
that.
should
fuck
you
the
should want the
Cowboys.
Giants to lose more because they basically ruined your season.
I do want them to lose.
You gave up a game and then you tied one.
I told you I want them to lose.
I thought you
I
said
want the Eagles to win.
All right, damn.
The Giants.
I'm speechless.
Nah,
So
I don't
you guys
even- I
continue
don't
this
even know.
analysis of this Eagles Giants game.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say that the Eagles are gonna win this game, right?
Favored by 14.
Favored by 14. Okay. There's better.
It's kind of crazy.
There's better.
To be favored by
I'll be
14 is
honest
kind of
with you.
wild.
They're much better.
Right?
They're much better.
I think they're
Offense, defense, quarterback.
assuming the Giants are going to rest a lot of players because they made the playoffs.
Yeah, that could be it
And the
too.
Eagles are still fighting for the number 1, so they
Yeah.
might not rest
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I heard Jalen. I mean, I said this already,
I
but
feel like
Jalen Hurts might play.
I feel like there's no point for him playing
Why not?
because
First spot.
is a home seed that important that you could injure your quarterback again? I don't think so. Because if you're the best team, you could go away and win anywhere. But for you to be the best team, you have to have your best player on the field.
I'm sure Philadelphia would want it, like just as like a team. and
Okay, no,
management, you want it
I'm
on-
asking you guys. Doesn't it make more sense to have your best player more healthy for the rest of the playoffs, or does it matter more to be at home and then have your best player be injured? What if he gets
Obviously-
banged up against the Giants a little bit?
The one playoffs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kansas City won the Super Bowl, or got to the Super Bowl by winning all road games. I'm pretty sure the Bengals won all road games.
Yeah.
If you're the best team, you're gonna win regardless of home and away.
Yeah.
How many
So-
away games did they lose this season?
Who?
Eagles.
I'm not sure
Exactly.
I'm not sure on the exact, but I mean, you want your best player
Yeah.
playing. So
They're 6-2 at
I'd say
home.
just rest him one more game, bro.
Mhm.
It's, who
6-2
cares?
at home. I don't know away.
Just rest him, bro. Just rest him.
Might as well.
They're 6-2 at home. That means they only lost one game away. Think about that.
You guys have 3 losses?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was 2.
Saints,
Saints,
Commanders.
us.
Yeah, I forgot who
Look
it
at
was.
this fucking guy.
Who's the last game? Who was the third?
Are you guys being dead
Oh,
ass?
Cowboys.
You guys being dead ass right now.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cowboys.
I just forgot. I forgot about the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, it was the first.
This has
first
been
game without Jalen Hurts.
A very just
On the bright side, guys, Daniel Jones is being paid
Speechless.
big money by the Giants,
and
and that is the best day of my life.
is he getting big pay like that?
That's what
They're gonna
reports said.
extend him.
Yeah, that's what report said.
Who?
I think they would only extend him if they couldn't find another quarterback.
Nah, bro, the reports were like where we're looking to, like,
But he's not gonna get like a $200 million contract. He'll get like
it's gonna be around that, bro.
no, it's not.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's not.
Dude, the report.
200
said that.
million.
Yes.
No, it's
no,
gonna
no,
be-
around that. I'm not saying.
It's
200.
gonna be like 100 million.
It's gonna be big money. Big money to Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
take that
good-
any
It's
day,
good for
dude.
you guys.
I'll
I
take that
guess.
any
It's good
day.
for you guys, but I mean, that's only because the coach made him play way, way better this season. All his percentages
yeah.
went up. All his interceptions went down. But he's still not a franchise guy. So who are we picking this game, bro? Up picking the Giants.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Both picking the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, picking the Eagles. We're all picking the Eagles, but
No, you switch, bro.
I never picked anybody. I just say you guys should want the Eagles to lose. But
Nah.
I get it. Not really. But
No, I was like,
We'll move
yeah,
on.
dude.
We'll move on to the next game.
Doesn't make any sense.
Another playoff affecting game. I think with this game, the Jaguars could win the division.
It's
Titans
possible.
versus Jaguars.
They have a better record at this point. They've been playing better than the Titans.
Yeah, Titans are coming.
Jaguars are favored by 6.5. And Trevor Lawrence, I think since like week 9,
It's been all
statistically,
fire.
he's been the best quarterback in the league,
Yep.
including Burrow and Mahomes. All the stats since week 9, I think Lawrence is up there in all of them. So
Takes
it's
time
kind of
for a
hard to
team
pick
like that.
against him
Yeah.
because the role he's been on, and it's not like the Titans' defense is like the Titans' defense is 15th in points allowed, so it's right in the middle of the pack. Nothing special. They're
offense is not
they're
that special
worst.
either.
The Titans are worst in the league in passing yards per game.
Yep.
They're middle of the pack in rush yards with Derrick Henry, so that's pretty shit.
Trevor
And-
Lawrence questionable.
and
Shout out Tannehill.
and Tennessee is bottom of the league in defensive pass yards per game. So they're letting up a lot of pass yards, and then they can't pass the ball on offense. So I don't see any way Jacksonville can lose this game unless they choke.
Yeah.
Like what we
You
saw,
said-
what we saw Wentz do last year against the Jags, like when he choked. I don't see Lawrence doing that here.
You said
Lawrence is
Lawrence
questionable.
questionable for what?
The game.
Like,
But I mean,
what's
he'll
wrong
play,
with him?
man. He'll play.
He'll most likely play if it's a game matters
he's
that
a
much.
young guy. It's
Yeah.
it's like if they win this game, they can make the playoffs. He's gonna play.
Just inject him with something.
Yeah,
and
they,
then
like
let him go on.
he won't miss his game. It would be way bigger news if he was hurt like that. And questionable, yeah.
Questionable can be anything.
he'll
It could
play.
be, it could be just a precaution
that.
or like
He'll,
something.
he'll play, bro. Come on.
Like just I don't know, like
It's
something
just too.
sore.
It's basically a playoff game. Like it's
Yeah,
too big of
you
him.
have
Too
to.
big of a game for him.
And
to
nobody
miss.
expected the Jags to be going this far this season at all.
Nah.
And now they're against the Titans. I don't think
To win the
anybody
division, like
expected
no one expect like the
Yeah.
Titans won the AFC last year.
Yeah.
They were the 1 seed,
And they were looking
if
like to
if I'm-
win the
if I'm-
season too.
If I'm not
The
wrong,
AFC South is one of the worst two divisions right now.
I know. And the Titans were literally the best team in the AFC last year, and now they're about to lose the division.
They were
to
the best till like
Jaguars.
week 8, 7.
I
something
know,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
They were rolling. It looked like it's an easy run, but
Now 6 straight losses.
It's over, bro. I think Tennessee's done.
terrible.
Tannehill should be shipped out.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry should be traded. I don't see what the
Tan-
Titans can do with Derrick Henry anymore.
Derrick Henry.
They ran him into the ground for the past 3 years. Like
Wasting
we
his
saw
time.
how amazing he was, but running
Yeah,
backs
practice.
fall off really quickly. So just let him leave, bro. Bring in some more pieces for the trade.
So we are-
That's all I can say. I'm picking the Jags.
Thumbs up.
I
Jags, bro.
I
Like
believe
the
in-
stats just.
I believe in Lawrence.
Picking the Jags.
Lawrence is living up to everything we thought he would be with
Yeah.
that number one pick. And then the first season, we were like, is he really that guy? Like, or was he just overhyped this whole time? But nah, he's that
He's
guy.
that guy, bro.
He's definitely that guy.
He's that guy.
better than
Lawrence
Zach
didn't
Wilson.
even practice. I'm like kind of concerned, but
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a
Titans
concern.
really only have Derrick Henry, and you said he's been getting strapped up too. So
It's a little bit of a concern. So I think he'll play, bro. Be conservative.
yeah.
They'll run the ball a little more. Lawrence scheme fresh, but I don't see him not playing because I don't know who's the backup quarterback.
I don't even.
I have no idea who Jaguars' backup is.
I
So
don't
if they had a
know. It's
competent backup, they
fucking-
might have rested him because if he was like
definitely
if they
not.
had Gardner Minshew still, then maybe they would have
A
rested
lot,
him.
a lot is like pending on
but
this.
A lot
game,
is riding
so,
on this. Yeah, a lot is riding on this. So
Cade Haney.
Yeah,
Who?
That's. I don't know.
oh, Chad Henne.
Chad, I said Cade. What the
What?
fuck? My bad. my
I
bad, my
completely
bad, my
heard something
bad.
else.
I think he said Cade Otton. I was like, that's a Bucks tight end.
Otton.
That's it. I don't
I
know.
said Cade Haney. It's Chad.
Haney.
Chad.
Forgive my friend. He's a little.
Sorry.
He's still learning.
I learned how to
Coming off-
read
coming off
yesterday.
a
He's still
loss.
learning how to read a little bit.
He's coming off a
Sorry.
loss.
It'd be like that.
Speaking of,
They have no third
I
string.
don't know.
What?
They have no third string quarterback. That's insane.
Nah,
Should tell you everything you need to know right there.
It's not Cade.
They believe in Lawrence. Lawrence is a big kid.
Chad.
He'll be
Fuck.
fine, man.
CJ beat
You
Hard.
jinxed it, bro.
That's not a
Be
real
what?
name. That's not a real name.
CJ.
CJ Beathard. That's a real name.
It's probably
Nah.
pronounced some other way. Probably like Buthard or something,
Beathard.
or Beathard.
Beathard.
Hey, bro, I don't know how it's pronounced. It could be B30. You don't know that?
It's
We,
okay.
we apologize to whoever
I
his name is.
apologize to you, big dog.
My bad.
All right, let's move on to another one of our games of the week. We're gonna do the Jets versus Dolphins.
Zach Wilson.
Solid game.
Zach Wilson is being sent off on a vacation to go read a book, take time off, and focus on what's important in
Jesus.
life by the coach.
You're being
They
serious?
said, I'm being dead serious. They said they're riding with him. And this is like kind of true for how
Bro,
rookie quarterbacks are treated in the NFL. They do last 3 years. It hasn't happened that a team had let go of a quarterback
a
since
second overall pick.
since the 1980. Hey, he can improve. There's only been 2 quarterbacks that's been dropped.
I agree. He can
Like
improve.
that.
But this
ESPN's
man has.
headline was,
This man doesn't even have 2,000 yards, and he doesn't have
Yeah.
double-digit touchdowns.
Let me remind
Do
you.
you hear what I just said, bro?
the Jets stand by QB Zach Wilson
Yep.
through hell or hell.
This
high
man
water.
has
That's what the coach stated. And remember, Mahomes at 23 had 5,000 yards, was leading the NFL in touchdowns with
Okay, I
50
mean,
and
that's
12
Mahomes,
receptions.
though. It's Mahomes.
At the
That's
same
Mahomes.
age,
No, I know.
At the same time, their coach is saying, "Oh, we got to give him time to mature, go find himself and discover, and then come back and play on." So they believe in
He
they
is-
saying he has
The
talent.
only reason they're
just
staying
his
with
footwork.
him is because he's the second overall pick.
It's his fundamental.
He needs to go find the receivers. That's what he needs to find, bro. Dude,
If he was, yeah, go
all the fans, like if you
They
if
hate
you
him.
watch a
ahead. they
game,
hate him.
they boo him right away.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
I think I was gonna say he lost the locker room.
Yep.
Probably, he probably lost a lot of the coaches, which is why
Yep.
they're sending him away, and he probably lost the fan base. How is he gonna come back from this?
I don't.
I don't think he's like mentally strong enough to come back from this because from what I've seen, he's pretty like I don't want to say super arrogant, but he's been like a little deflective, like he'll deflect the blame, be like, nah, I didn't really do anything wrong, like he seemed like that kind of guy. So I don't know how much better he can get. He
That's-
has the arm talent.
That's that rookie
He can
stuff.
scramble.
That's
He's
what
not a
they- that's-
rookie. This
that's-
is his second year.
No, I know, but like
And
still
then-
fresh off.
No, this is his second year, and he's missing key open throws. This man doesn't even have 2,000 yards passing.
Apparently
Two
that's
thousand.
He only missed like 2-3 games.
1,700 yards.
And it's like 3 games at the beginning.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like he doesn't.
Bro,
But over 2
do you understand what I
Bro,
just said?
quarterbacks in preseason
Have
get
that much
1,000
yards.
plus yards.
He has 1,600 in the
Like-
whole season in 18 weeks. And I know he didn't play every game, but
Yeah.
he has Elijah Moore, who he doesn't get the ball to at all the entire season. Elijah Moore is a great talent. Garrett Wilson could have been rookie of the year. He had that stretch, but didn't get the ball enough. I know the running back got injured, Brees Hall, but they got Robinson. Bro, they have weapons, bro. They have Barrios.
He has the lowest
Why?
QBR.
Why is Mike White?
35
Why is
passes.
Mike White a guy we've never heard of before this year? Like a third or fourth year
Yeah.
player. Why is he coming in and he's automatically the better quarterback?
Yeah.
What they said?
That shouldn't happen with a second overall pick.
What they
If he was
said-
drafted in the 5th round, okay, I get it. 5th round player, it wasn't expected to be like that.
What the coaches were saying, apparently they were not supposed to be playing Zach Wilson back in the start of the season. He was gonna ride the bench after like week 3, week 4, and
Think about that.
White was supposed to play, but then he got a rib injury and they had to put him back in. That's what they were saying. Apparently, they were supposed to give him
He's
this
a
season off to
second
like
overall pick.
improve.
Yeah, you're not
Apparently, his fundamentals are not as strong as they seem, but he has a talent. That's what they believe.
He has arm talent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
what they
like,
believe.
when you draft someone second overall, you're
You have
not
to
thinking
be-
about
you
the bench. That's
you
the
have to
thing.
be
You're
100%
thinking
sure.
about putting, yeah.
I think we were all pretty skeptical. We were like, why is he like the
Yeah.
guaranteed second pick? Like, we didn't see one game of him at Baylor.
Yeah.
Or was it Baylor or was it BYU? It was
BYU.
BYU. I don't know why like he was even drafted that high, but clearly he's not that guy, and
So far,
I don't think he can get that much better.
he.
I don't think so.
His record is 15-18 as a starter, 15 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 55% completion rate, and 4,022 yards passing, with the lowest QBR rate of 35 passers.
Suddenly, I'm happy we have Wentz, bro.
Come on,
Suddenly, I'm
is
happy
it-
we have
So,
Wentz, bro.
bro.
so as
He's terrible. He's
as a
terrible.
time off, going reading a book and
No.
discovering yourself
Shit's
as a
not going
coach
to do
said.
nothing.
Find
My mom
myself.
should be getting on the fucking.
He needs to
field
be-
and working on your fundamentals.
He needs to be sitting. I don't know if is it Tom. I think it's Tom House. I don't know. It's that like, quarterback guru coach who
Yep.
he coached like Manning. He coached Breeze. He coached Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, all these guys. Herbert probably. Jalen Hurts went to him to fix his mechanics and all that. Wilson need to live with that guy for like 6 months, and then maybe we'll have a talk because otherwise I don't see anything else happening.
He needs maturity and fundamentals.
Maturity, yeah.
apparently.
Maturity, yeah, we've been
every-
seeing
yeah.
that. We've been seeing he's not the guy.
But
So
I'm
let's
not-
talk about this game a little bit. What do we see happen in this game? I think
Tua's
Tua's still hurt, right?
He's not
Yeah.
playing.
Tua's
I
out.
think Bridgewater
And
hurt his
Bridge-
thumb.
He's not
So
playing either.
Skylar Thompson
Yep.
is playing.
Yep.
So Skylar Thompson versus fucking Mike White.
Every
Is Mike
game-
White playing? Is Mike White hurt?
Mike? No, he's playing.
So Mike White versus Skylar
That's
Thompson.
yeah,
is
that's
this
what's
game.
playing. That's what's playing for them this last game. And for the Dolphins, they haven't started a game with Tua and finished for them at all this year.
This would be a whack ass game, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be a type boring game. I didn't even
Yep.
realize it was.
They
those
also
are two
signed
quarterbacks.
Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Who did?
Dolphins?
Yeah, just in case.
Forgot he's in. Even in the league.
Apparently, he got a lot of praise. He's been
No,
he's been
Glenn is-
bouncing around.
He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman
He's
quarterback.
been bouncing around. He's
I-
aggressive. He
I remember,
can
I
pass.
remember when he got drafted. He
He's-
never. never
he's-
panned out.
He can adjust to systems, so I think he'll be a good.
He's
just in
probably
case.
better than he's probably better than Zach Wilson, honestly. So
Probably.
Jets should have picked him up, but I don't know. I'm gonna.
this game gonna be a toss up. Like I don't
Hey,
know.
don't forget that Jets also have Joe Flacco, bro.
Here we go.
Come on,
He's not getting a lick.
come on, bro.
Not doing nothing. I'm picking the Dolphins. I think they have a better roster,
They lost.
better coach.
They lost 5 games straight, and they need the Bills to lose.
Who Dolphins?
Oh,
right?
or the Patriots to lose.
I'm picking the Dolphins. I think they're more talented.
Yeah, they need the Pats to lose, and then they need to get this win, and they'll make
Yeah.
playoffs.
I'm picking Dolphins.
So I'm going Dolphins, even though they lost
Same here.
5 straight.
Oh,
Same
Dolphins.
here.
another
Damn.
sweep.
We're on the same page.
I like
What's
the
going on?
Dolphins, man.
We're about to curse
Tua,
everyone
bro.
this week.
I just wish Tua was healthy. Then we could see the full potential. When
No.
Tua was healthy, he was in the MVP
Tua has-
MVP conversation.
He
but
has no
just-
timeline.
yeah, I mean, bruh, like
It's fucking
I would-
crazy. It's crazy.
He
Out
almost-
of 3
he
concussions,
almost
I wouldn't know what
died.
the
He almost
timeline
like
is.
died this season, bro. Like I don't.
Bridgewater might be the man next year. You never know.
It'll be Tom Brady. Let's go move on to another divisional matchup: Ravens versus Bengals.
Raven versus Bengals. Give me
Baltimore
Bengals.
I
versus
think this is the
Cincinnati.
hottest game. Of
This
the
is
It's probably the best game. But
Yeah.
give me
It's probably the
is
only.
it?
Is it the best game?
Nah,
'Cause
nah.
I don't think Lamar's playing.
Still,
I think Huntley is still.
Huntley has been doing nice.
No, he hasn't.
No,
They lost against the Steelers
Yeah,
last week.
I know.
And
With that fucking last minute.
That shit was like 16-10,
the
shitty ass score. Like
the Ravens can't do nothing when their back is against the wall and
They
the
have
time is running down.
no-
They cannot.
they
do
have
anything.
no.
That's where Lamar helped him. He would just scramble
Yeah,
through
he
everybody.
just-
get
Lamar
some
would
sort of
carry
big
the
play.
whole team
Huntley
because
can't do that.
like he makes the running backs that much more open because he could run with the ball too, so it opens up lanes for them. Lamar's a good pocket thrower, and the thing is they don't have any amazing receivers. They shipped off Hollywood Brown. Who they replace him with?
Bateman or some shit.
Bateman. He's been in and out the entire year. Who's another? Can you name one
I
other?
think it's like someone named Hardy, bro. I don't even know.
I don't know any
Mark
receivers
Andrews.
on the
Jeff
Ravens.
Hardy.
Mark Ingram's on the Saints. You said Mark Ingram?
Mark
Yeah.
Andrews.
Oh, Mark Andrews.
Oh,
yeah,
Mark Andrews is good,
Okay.
but
The
that's
tight
it.
end. What was I gonna do?
He's a tight end.
The tight end.
Probably has more.
I said
receiving
name
yards.
another receiver. I named the tight end. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The Ravens, I think they should fire the offensive coordinator. He's washed. I haven't seen him do anything like transcendent with this offense in a few years. Like you have Lamar Jackson. I know he's hurt, but
what can you do?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Better keep it running.
it's their offensive coordination.
They haven't built a
It's
good
bad.
team around Lamar.
That is
and
very true.
that's why I think Lamar might leave this season. They
Plus,
haven't
they're not
offered him.
paying him.
They haven't
as much as
offered
he
him.
wants.
They haven't offered him the
Still,
money.
I forgot about that.
They haven't
actually.
offered him the money that he wants, and it's been the entire season. He's not under contract for next year. So either they figure it out this season, or they franchise tag him, or he leaves.
I think he'll leave. 'Cause
Lamar.
This year he was pissed off.
Lamar.
Here
No,
we
you
go.
don't want
Hey,
New Orleans,
no. You can change our whole franchise.
Lamar.
Bro.
No,
Don't
don't.
be loved by the people at DC.
We'll give you two. We'll give you 300 million.
DC, you
have that
you
money.
want Dan
have that
Snyder
money.
to be your owner?
We have
You
that
want to go
money.
to New Orleans, Louisiana?
What's wrong with Louisiana?
We're all speaking.
What's right with Louisiana?
Lamar
It's
Jackson.
swamps and snakes.
Have you been to Louisiana?
No, have
Okay,
you?
I have.
You've been to
When?
I was born in Louisiana.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I was.
Lamar.
Lamar.
New Orleans is built for you.
For
all right.
you.
There's a
You
good
could
defense.
change.
Michael Thomas is still a great receiver. Chris
Receiver.
Olave is a great receiver. Alvin Kamara is still there. Okay, we're gonna draft one more running back for you. Our tight end is solid. Taysom Hill is solid.
This is a formal request. Please.
Lamar.
Actually, that's
Baltimore does
That's-
not deserve you.
That's not bad.
If you were on the Saints would have offered you a $200 million contract in the beginning of the season.
And they would have
All you
signed
gotta-
it. They would have
we would've-
signed it for you.
All you gotta
We
do.
would have had Miss Benson. Miss Benson would have
What?
signed that. Miss Benson would have signed that with both her hands. She would have
Listen,
been like, Lamar,
all
sign me up.
you gotta do to be the face of a franchise is just drive 40 minutes down.
Deadass.
That's it.
You could probably keep the
You
same
can be the
house.
face of a franchise and change
Come on,
history.
Lamar. You know
Change
you want to be in that
everything.
black and gold. Lamar said that black on black is his favorite combo. So
We got the all black
Yeah,
jersey.
we got the all black jerseys,
You
bro.
saw
I
that.
shouldn't have said that.
You said that.
Come on, Lamar. You know where you want to go. Come in New Orleans. Come on.
Why?
Who they, bro? Who the hell is that?
Let's You said who they? Let's talk about the Bengals then. Who they? What's going on with the Bengals?
Just before we get into the Bengals, shout out to Damar Hamlin. After what happened, that shit was scary, and I do want to mention that shit is extremely rare, and the fact that it happened was
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Insane.
Literally
The-
crazy.
the-
I saw the play live, bro, and I was like, "Yo, like he just fell back down," and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "He just like got a concussion or something." Like he just fell back down, and then that was like the longest like commercial break I've seen in a while. Like it was like
It was
4 commercial
scary,
breaks back,
bro.
like, and then we were just like, "Okay, so something's not right." And then I think the next time they came back, there was an ambulance on the field, and we were just like, "All right, this is
Bad.
different. Like it's not no regular like
Yeah.
maybe like he has a concussion. Let's stretcher him out." Like they couldn't even take him on the stretcher and roll him out. They had to bring the ambulance on the field. So crazy situation I've ever seen on
I
in
saw that
sports.
interview on ESPN with the cardiologist. What's his name? Barry Marin. I don't know if I chopped his name up, but he said this shit is so rare that there's a window of 30 milliseconds for this to happen. That you get a blow
Yeah.
to your chest
It's like
and your heart will go off rhythm. And he tried to like sustain it for like 5 seconds, but he
he
just
couldn't. He
can't.
just
can't.
fell.
Your
bruh.
your rhythm just goes off. But it is so rare. There's only 30 cases nationwide every year. That's a report
That's
by
so crazy.
NIS.
It's so crazy, bro.
It's just crazy that happened. Apparently, it's called. I'm definitely gonna butcher this. Commotio coritis. That's what it is, and it
I
has to
don't
be
know.
timed when the heart like
Yeah,
goes
the-
off rhythm
between
somehow.
a
You
beat,
get
yeah.
yeah,
That's
you
I
go
don't
you get a
know.
blow.
Yeah,
I
apparently,
don't know
apparently he
how.
took like the helmet to the chest,
I
like
saw that,
right in
I
the
saw that.
right in the
Yeah.
middle of the heartbeat, right? Or like
Yeah.
right when it was
It's
like
30-millisecond window.
that's- it's
I-
crazy, bro. Imagine
It
being
is.
being
It's
like
so
a player-
rare.
imagine being a Bills player or even a Bengals player like,
Yeah.
on the
Right.
field, and
yeah,
you're seeing a teammate like or like a brother being
hit like
resuscitated for
yeah.
9 minutes.
Even-
9 minutes
even
of
not being a-
9 minutes of CPR is insane.
because it's not pre-existing condition.
that's never
It's-
happened
It's a
before.
blow to the chest.
No one's
basically.
ever seen anything like that before. Like, and I think we knew, like, we were like, okay, there's no way they're gonna be able to play this game.
No,
And, like,
no. thank God he's.
I know it
athlete.
took a little bit long to like figure it out and like get all like it probably officially done. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
cancel the game, suspend the game. Like, I think
Everybody
I think
was
I think the
sad,
NFL handled it like pretty
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
as well as they could have. Being on national TV is a huge game, a lot of people watching. So
This is hard, man.
Is he
we just
still in
hope- we just-
critical
yeah,
condition?
he's
or
still
is
in-
He's better now.
I think he's a
but
little bit more stable now, and hopefully he
he's
gets
still
better
in critical
soon.
condition. So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully
Hopefully he gets better.
hopefully he makes
soon,
a
yeah.
full and
recovery.
speedy recovery. You
Yeah.
know, definitely
But
Sure,
that
yeah.
shit, that's scary, bro.
that's insane.
don't want to see anything like that.
You never
again.
expect that watching like us.
It's very,
Sports.
very rare.
It was
and the fact
it was like the biggest game probably of the season, like
Yeah.
to date. Like that game was huge, and it was unfortunate that
extremely rare, bro.
something like that happened.
You know,
But
that's
we can talk about the Bengals a little bit
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Jamar chasing.
What do we think the Bengals are going to do coming in this game, coming off of that, crazy Monday night game?
I don't feel like the Ravens are gonna keep up with them, bro.
I don't think they
The
can. I don't think they can.
The firepower that the Bengals have and the role that they've been on, and I think they could have probably beat the Bills this last game.
Mhm. And we know it's not like the biggest deal right now, but like
yeah,
the Bengals and Bills is probably going to end up being a tie for both,
yeah,
because there's no way you can give them a loss for both.
it should
And
be a tie. It should be a
Either
given tie.
it's going to be a tie, or they're going to just not do a game for either of them. So either they'll both have like 16 games played,
Yeah,
which is fine because it's really not that big of a deal, right? Like
yeah. Both teams.
no one cares. Like there's something more important on the line. Like someone's like
Yeah.
in the hospital, so like no one's really cared that much. But like
They both have a good record.
I think that's
they don't need to win like
not
that.
a reason, but like maybe the Bengals are gonna be a little bit more inspired to put this game away because they might need to win
Yeah.
seating wise. So
The Bengals been on a roll too before the Bills game and all that. So I think they're gonna.
Burrow
keep
has
going.
4,200 yards and 34 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like they're insane. And with Jamar Chase being out for some games and not having his best games, T Higgins stepped up.
Yep.
T Higgins
been
has over 1,000 yards and he almost has 10 touchdowns. So
Oh yeah.
I don't see the Bengals losing this game. I think they're too
If the
prepped.
Steelers did that to Baltimore, like Bengals should. I think they're gonna.
Bengals should
Yeah,
whoop
but
them.
Bengals
I
got
think
this
I think
game
they're going to
bag.
win by like
Yeah.
2 touchdowns or like 16 points, some shit like that. 16, 17 points.
You want to pick a Bengals or
Bengals.
Yeah, I'm
Banging.
Lamar Jackson not in either. So
Lamar Jackson was in?
Lamar Jackson
chance.
leaving.
It would be like way more of a chance.
Lamar Jackson on his way now. He's
Bengals.
outside the stadium.
Yeah,
Right?
he's on his way in New Orleans. I see you,
According to
Lamar.
us.
I see you. You're thinking just like me. But we're gonna move on to our last game of the week. We're gonna talk about another division matchup. Like, if you looked at this game in the beginning of the year, you would not think this would be a big game,
At all.
a game that would affect a lot of things in the end. But it does. So the 8-8 Lions versus the 8-8 Packers.
listen, I'm going with the Lions because I just like how they're playing right now. They're
No cap.
motivated. I just
No
like
cap.
the players like they want it.
I
So
agree.
I'm going with the Lions.
I
for
think
this one.
I think Aaron Rodgers is obviously going to have a good game because that's what he does, right? He's a regular season merchant. He's gonna play really well. The Packers are favored by 4.5, but just like you said, the Lions have been playing really, really good. Dan Campbell has them fired up every single game. He's like ready to run through a wall.
they're a very likable team. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
You
You
remember that?
can't
Remember
hate
that
on
in the
them.
beginning of the season when I was like, if I don't want the Saints to win, I want the Lions to do well. Remember you laughed at me? Remember that? I'll pull the tape
laughed
up.
at
I'll pull
me?
the tape up.
You laughed at him?
I remember
I
that.
laughed at you.
I remember that. You were like, why do you
Shame
want the
on you.
Lions, bro? What are the Lions? I was like, I don't know. They're just likable team, man. It's easy to root for. So they've been shit for like
They've been shit for a long,
long
That's why.
time.
That's where it got me. I guess
They're easy. They're very easy to root for. Like good personality. I think the Lions are gonna win.
Detroit Lions. I believe it.
The Lions are gonna win. Jared
I
Goff's
don't
been
know.
playing pretty well. In the last 8 games, Jared Goff's thrown 15 touchdown passes and no interceptions.
Yep.
So that's pretty solid. They've also scored 30 or more in 5 of the last 8 games.
They're also 32nd in defense, though.
Terrible
Fucking
defense.
crazy.
Terrible defense, but they
Yeah.
have a good offense.
But
They can
offense
score.
is crazy. So
That's all you need.
That's the thing. If you have a bad offense, a bad defense, you have to have a good offense.
good offense. Yeah.
Like, there's
It's almost
no,
the opposite of the Jets.
Yeah, literally.
Literally the opposite.
Literally
of
the
the Jets.
opposite.
Instead
But,
of having good defense,
know,
you have good offense, and it makes up
The
for
Packers did play really, really well last week.
it. Yeah.
They pretty much shut out the Vikings. We saw that whole meltdown.
One of the
You
best
guys
games
want
so
to
far.
talk about that a little bit? Vikings Packers from last week? Because
Um,
the Vikings have like 11, 12 wins and they still got annihilated.
Somehow
by the
they
Packers.
just give up
Always.
so much fucking
Why
points.
is it?
They
why,
just give it
why
up.
is it always the Vikings?
I don't know why. I feel like they go on a like good. I don't know. They get hyped after
do
like
they-
winning like
how do
some
they have-
crazy game,
how
and
do
then
they
they
have-
just go on a slump.
How many
somehow.
times they're gonna blown out this season? Remember they got blown out by the Cowboys.
Yep.
It's the,
They got blown out by the Packers now.
Yep.
Who else they got blown out by?
They came back in that one
Uh,
game where they got fucking.
That was a Colts comeback.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who they
But
got.
still,
They got
put up
blown out.
30 points.
They got
against
blown
them.
out like 3-4 times this season. Like blown out of the water.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even ready to play type shit.
Could have
that's
been the Colts. Could have been one more.
Was it the
all I'm
Eagles?
saying.
No,
Week 1.
it wasn't the Eagles.
Week 1 against Green Bay, 41-17.
Oh my god.
The Lions, it wasn't a blowout, 34-23. Dallas, 40-3.
That was one of the blowouts. Dallas.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Philadelphia, 24-7.
they're very like
They when the lights are the brightest is the worst.
Yeah.
And
scripted.
Kirk Cousins is the worst.
it is scripted.
It could be. It could be.
All bad things happen to the Vikings. It is scripted, and Kirk Cousins is on that team. It is scripted. He's
Why are you a Vikings fan now?
no.
So why?
I'm just saying it's scripted.
You think so? I just think they're bad. I just think Kirk Cousins is
Justin
not
Jefferson
that
fan.
guy.
Huh?
I think when like the stakes are the highest, Kirk Cousins is not that guy.
Oh yeah,
You can be an efficient quarterback in regular season. That's fine. You can do that. Like you'll have a good career, good money.
been known that.
You can be a good quarterback, but you're
Yeah.
not going to be a great quarterback. I think you knew that. You're a Washington fan.
Yeah.
But one thing I did want to point out is that Jair did back up his his
did.
trash talk against Justin
yeah.
Jefferson.
Yep.
I think,
Greedy.
I think everybody
Greedy
thought
on
like Jefferson's gonna have an amazing game because the first time they played them, he put up like 200 yards against the Packers. But this time, Jair lined up against Jefferson 20 times, and he only allowed 15 yards on one catch
Yep.
against Jefferson.
Did the gritty on him, and then
Do you know how insane that is?
JJ threw his helmet. Well, not helmet. He didn't throw it. He didn't throw it.
Someone
He
on the
just took
sideline.
it out like with
Yeah.
rage and stuff. It's wild.
Hats off to Alexander, bro. He backed up. He backed it up.
Couldn't
bro.
get Terry though. Sorry.
Couldn't get Latimer either, but you
Yeah.
know, we'll talk.
Oh
We're
my
not
god.
gonna talk about all that. But let's talk about this week. Let's take this week. Packers, Lions. I think me and Thunder took the Lions.
You
I'm
know,
taking Lions.
I've been riding with ayahuasca man the whole season. And I
Oh.
stated that at the beginning of the season. So
You did say that. You did.
one more time, one final time for this season. Come on,
Mr. Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca. Show us what the journey has been about.
Yeah, same
Please.
here. I think Packers,
Show us what the journey has
they
been
have
about.
enough to win.
It's gonna be a good ass game.
They've
bro.
struggled too.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it'll be a very, very
Yeah.
close game.
Packers have struggled as much as the Lions this season.
Yeah, hell yeah. The Packers, the only way to
It's been a
win,
rough road.
only way to win for them is for the running game to be on point. If Aaron Jones and Dillon are not firing and getting like almost 100 yards like each, they
Feeling-
can't win. Their receivers are just not good enough.
My bet US for this week, 70 yards, Aaron.
Huh?
My
70 yards,
70 yards what?
Aaron Jones.
Oh, Aaron Jones. I think
My-
Aaron Rodgers.
I was like-
No, no.
70 yards,
You
Aaron
think they're
Jones?
gonna win?
my bet US bet for the week is anytime touchdown score DeAndre Swift.
That's a good bet.
That's
Okay.
not-
Yeah,
That's a good bet.
he's been.
He's
been killing it.
He's been
He's been-
killing
my
it.
fantasy.
He's been cooked.
He's been
He's
killing
killing
it.
Cooking.
I had something. I had something.
So we're
right
split
here on
50
Swift.
50.
I swear I just did.
Man, what's
Never
crazy?
mind.
The Bills were asked before like 2018, 2017 for like 64 years.
The Bills,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And
they
then
were
they got, and
terrible.
then they got
Bills
Josh
were-
Allen.
Yeah,
And
Josh
They
Allen.
got Josh Allen and a really good coach.
They got really good like drafts in the past.
The
like,
two
2-3
things that our
things.
teams are missing is the
Two
quarterback and the
things.
head coach.
Literally,
The
bro.
Bills got that, and now they've been in the top since.
Their
They haven't
coach
broken
is-
through.
Their,
They
their
haven't
coach
broken
is
through.
really,
but
really good.
That's how you win in this league is with
Yeah.
a coach and a quarterback
Yeah.
that have really good chemistry. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in this last week. Last week of the
It's a
NFL.
I think one of the most exciting weeks.
It's been a good ass season.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of parity. You know, that's what we like to see. So
Yeah.
you
Loving
know,
it.
let's hope it's a good end of the season, dramatic end.
With that. Before we get into the NBA,
Yo, Harmon. Yo, did you sign up for a bet US?
No, man, not yet.
Bro, you should do it right now because you get a 125% bonus.
He was about to bust out laugh. I was like, bro.
just sign up at the box. Don't listen to this dialogue.
Just thank
It's
you.
all- it's all right.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support right here.
Subscribe, like.
That's funny.
That was a failed sponsor message from our sponsor. So, moving on from the NFL and getting into some NBA while watching the Nets getting a little bit beat by the Bulls right now live.
First half.
Only first half, indeed. We've seen Luka dominate the league game after game and even proving everyone wrong, including Greg Popovich, who tried to hold him to 50 and he scores 51
51.
points.
Didn't work, of
That was
course.
funny.
Nothing's working with this guy, but also Donovan Mitchell is also popping off with 71 points the other day.
Insane.
So both
Crazy.
athletes are carrying the team on their backs. But I think Luka's job has been harder than Donovan Mitchell ever been in either team, whether when Mitchell was on the Jazz or on the Cavs. So the Mavericks are sitting in third, not a bad position, only like a game or two behind like the first and second seed. And if they maybe stay as solid as they are and get better performances from Dinwiddie and Christian Wood, they would more likely to finish top 3.
I agree.
Do you?
I do agree.
Do you?
But
Or the Grizzlies still better?
You want to go ahead and say something?
what'd you say? Look,
He's talking about the Memphis Grizzlies.
Uh-huh.
And do you think that they are one of the top teams in the NBA?
I say
That's
top.
what you were saying.
Oh, let's say, will the Pelicans and the Grizzlies finish over the Mavericks or finish at a higher rank?
The
than
Mavericks and who?
I said the Grizzlies and Pelicans, will they finish at a higher rank than the Mavericks or will they be better this year?
I think they will.
They're both really good teams.
The
but
Pelicans
Mavericks-
just need to stay healthy, and I think they're easily a better team.
I think the Pelicans are a better team if they're healthy, right?
I think they're constructed way better.
I think Memphis could also finish on top of Dallas. Doesn't mean that Dallas is bad. It's just
There's a lot of
It's
good
just-
teams.
yeah, there's a lot of good teams out there, and like
In the West, at least.
yeah, in the West, yeah.
in the league.
But the Pelicans still don't have Brandon Ingram, and
The
there's
Pelicans haven't had Ingram for
balling
like
out.
a month or two now,
And
and
they're
now
still winning
Zion.
like that.
Now Zion's hurt for 3 weeks.
They're still winning like
The
that.
ranking might fall like a few spots, but they'll still easily be in the playoff spot because their roster is just that good. You know,
They're
young players are gonna have legs. It shouldn't be a problem for them to be tired. So I think the Pelicans and Grizzlies should be alright, but the Mavericks.
They're on a
They're-
7-game
they're hot
streak.
right now. They're
There's
hot.
some conversation about Christian Wood
Leaving.
might be in some trade packages.
For who?
Doesn't say who, but it says that they're not sure about offering him another contract. So already like halfway through, and it looks like Christian Wood might not be a long-term piece for them. So
I think
you know the Mavericks have been trying to figure out.
it makes sense.
They were trying to figure out Luka's sidekick for a few years now. He
Yeah.
hasn't turned out the greatest. You know, Luka has to carry pretty much every single game.
Yeah.
If Luka's not firing on all cylinders, and the team has no hope of winning. Like I think just a couple days ago they were playing the Rockets, and Luka didn't have like a single 3-pointer made until maybe the third or fourth quarter, and they were losing the entire game. And then Luka at the end turned it up, obviously like he always does. Somehow he hit 40, 50 points on an off day, and then the Grizzlies, the Mavericks pulled it out at the end. So
Yes, it can't be
Luka has to be Superman every game for them to win.
It
And
can't be Dinwiddie like as a second.
he- he's gonna have one or
That's-
two good games out of like
Yeah.
8. Like he'll have 1 or 2 really
Yeah.
good games. So
Dinwiddie has stepped it up this season, though.
yeah, he has, but they still don't have a reliable two
Two,
that
yeah.
can complement Luka like
Mhm.
that much. Because Dinwiddie's a good player, but he's not a 2 on a championship team.
I really
He could
can't
be a
see
3. He could be a
who-
3.
Who can they get?
I
It has to
don't
be
know.
it has to be somebody who's not as ball dominant as Luka. Because obviously,
Yeah.
a second star is gonna have to be good like on the ball and somewhat ball dominant, but you can't be as much as Luka. And it's hard. It's hard to figure out a piece like that, right? Because he just literally controls the ball the entire game. So I don't know. The Mavericks had to figure it out. That's not our job. Mark Cuban has to figure that out. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But let's talk about the other foreign superstar in the West, Jokic.
There we go.
Jokic is on his way. Looks like
3 in a row.
maybe 3 in a row MVPs. As of right now,
Very possible.
the Nuggets are the first seed in the West. They're 14-3 at home, and they're 10-10 away.
But
So
again,
it looks like their away games, they need to work on that a little bit. But at home, they're very, very hard to beat.
away game, though, they're better than probably top 5 teams. The only other team that matches them in away games is the Clippers, and that's like 10 wins and 10
Mhm,
losses.
mhm.
Behind them, the Grizzlies, Pelicans, Mavs have all lost more games
more games away. So,
than one at home. But
And even then, MPJ hasn't been playing a lot of the
yeah,
games.
but-
Jamal Murray's been in and out.
But the thing is, all top 4 teams are very close. They're like 1 win or 2 away from each other. So if they fall off, it's like
Anything can happen.
the
There's still-
Grizzlies can take over, the Pelicans can take over, anything can happen.
we're
right?
still pretty much only
Yeah.
halfway through, almost halfway through.
Yeah.
So obviously these standings are gonna change like every week. It's gonna be
Yeah.
completely different. So we'll definitely keep you guys updated. But
MBJ is
you guys
nice.
think the Nuggets can keep the 1 seed the whole year, or maybe not keep it, but you think they can end up in the 1 seed or no?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because
Who's gonna be the 1 seed?
in the West,
I said the Nuggets have a chance to be
Oh,
Number
A
one.
chance, yeah, for
they have a
sure.
chance.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. It's so hard to sustain that much, especially
know.
with Nuggets, because Jokic is doing majority of the work.
He's usually like pretty. What's the right word? He's pretty durable. Like he doesn't miss a long stretch of games all the time. You know, knock on wood. I hope.
Yeah.
I don't want Jokic to miss any games. He's really,
Yeah.
really entertaining.
It's fun to watch.
Very entertaining.
But it's hard, man. Being able to do that the whole year, stay
I
at
know.
one.
That's every team. Every team.
That's very
Every
close.
team is hard to stay healthy. I'm saying, the Nuggets have a very good chance because they have such a good rotation. You have Bruce Brown who can lock down a lot of players on any given night.
Yeah.
You have MPJ who, when he gets back, he can guard 1 through 5
He's already
and
been back.
Score. Is he back?
Yeah, yeah.
No, he's back.
He played the last
But
game.
it's gonna take some time to
Yeah,
get back to where he
of course.
was. Jokic, we know what Jokic is. Jamal Murray, probably still
He's
not
been
what he
on and
used to
off,
be.
nah.
But what do you expect, right? He's been out for a very, very long time.
Mhm.
The coach is a very good coach, and the players love him. So I don't see many of the teams who can hold the one spot in the West. Maybe the Grizzlies and Pelicans if they're fully healthy. But
Big
the
maybe.
Pelicans have not been healthy this whole season for
Big
more than
maybe.
like a week.
Could
with
be
all
all-
three stars.
Could be also the Warriors firing back when Steph Curry comes
Nah.
back. They're on a 5-game win streak right now.
I don't think so, bro. The number
And if-
one seed.
The Warriors.
Okay,
I'm
maybe
I'm
not.
talking about the
Maybe-
number one seed. The one seed, like
They
who's gonna be the best team in the West, record wise.
It really you never know with the Warriors, bro. They'll surprise you halfway
No,
through the season.
I do
You
know with
just-
the Warriors.
You just
No,
never
I do.
know.
No,
You
I do
just
know.
never know.
because the Warriors don't have a bench. Right now, they're playing because all their players are playing and they're all playing pretty well. But when Steph is in and he's taking those minutes and shots away from a few other players, then the players who are on the bench when he's in, it's not the same.
But the thing is, this season
Statistically, they
he's
have.
been performing. It's the
Oh,
other players that don't.
I mean,
perform.
I get it,
I'm
but
not
then when
Clay
Steph,
and
when
Poole.
Steph is on the floor and Clay is not taking 30 shots a game,
Yeah,
their bench is very, very lackluster. Like that's why they lose.
Yeah.
it's just
Look,
inconsistent.
look at the record. Their away record, no, their home record is 17-2, and their away record is
That's
3-16.
Yeah.
That just tells you they don't have enough what it takes to go on the road and beat other good teams.
I'm not putting
That's
the
very true.
Warriors above that top 5 or above
I
the
can't.
5th seed
I can't put them
rankings.
above like 3 or 4.
I can't do that.
I can't. There's no way they can
I
make
can't
it
do
past
that. That's
They
no.
don't. They just don't have enough good players to stay number one. Like they lost Gary Payton. Remember how good Gary Payton was last year for them? He's gone. Otto Porter was a good size. He's gone. Who else? Bielitsa. He was really good on the team.
Yeah.
Gone. Size player, European player.
Another
There's one more
middle
player I
one,
can't remember
yeah.
who he is.
Oh,
He's gone too.
Yeah, to the Suns, I think. I forgot his name.
Oh, Damian Lee. He's gone too.
Yeah.
I'm saying the Warriors had a lot of good bench pieces, and people don't think the
Yeah.
bench impacts the game as much as it does
I mean,
until their players
yeah.
are gone.
After a
That's
championship,
why.
they have
That's
to
why
go.
the Nets are doing pretty well, is because their
Yeah.
bench is showing up now.
12-game winning streak, baby.
Their bench is finally showing up. The Celtics have a good bench. The Bucks have a good bench. The Cavs have a good bench. The Sixers have a pretty average bench. That's why
I'll
this.
say average.
That's
I
why the
agree with that.
Sixers have stayed at 5 or 6 the whole season. They can't make that super jump because their bench is not. Is
Those
not
are starting to perform now.
their bench is not a championship bench.
We also didn't have Maxi. I know Maxi's a
starter.
big part of the team.
He's a starter,
Exactly. We didn't have
so
him.
your bench is still average.
Yeah.
When your stars are not on there or the stars are not firing, the bench has to carry the load. And
But Harden took a pay cut for depth.
what depth?
PJ
For
Tucker.
PJ Tucker,
What happened there?
0 to 5 points a
He's
game.
tearing
we have
shit.
this
He's
conversation.
tearing-
We have this
One-
conversation every week.
1 to
Tearing
2
shit.
rebounds a game. 2 to
That's
3 assists a game.
That's it.
Max.
You took a pay cut to place.
That's Harden's fault.
That's not
Harden,
what we
Harden should have
expected.
known he was washed and
Yeah.
just been like, "Don't
Hey
pull up."
man, he told the administration, "I'm taking a pay cut. Get who you can get." They chose PJ Tucker. I wanted to be like, yeah, good idea, but terrible idea. We need somebody who just sit in the fucking corner, shoot a 3. Because anytime Embiid goes in,
And
you're gonna have 3 to 4
Danny Green,
defenders
bro.
going in on him.
Embiid is averaging the second most points in the league right now.
Exactly.
Only behind Luca.
You getting worked.
Luka's balling. Luka's at
and Embiid is right there below him. And the Sixers are still only in the
Fifth.
5th spot. That's I think that, honestly that tells you more like that the East is super talented.
the East is
than
hard,
anything.
bro. The East is hard as fuck.
The Celtics, the Nets, the Bucks, the Cavs, and the Sixers. You
I
could
think
argue they all have a chance of
If the
coming out of
Cavs
the
were
East.
if the
all
Cavs
top
were
5
on the
teams.
West, if the Cavs were on the West, I think they'd be a top 3 team. Top 5.
Yeah,
Let me say top 5.
easily, 100%.
The entire top 5 of the fucking East Coast would be a top 3 team in the West.
Yeah.
I think all top 5 teams in the East could come out and make it to the finals
Yeah.
because they're all that good. It's just who's gonna stay the healthiest and who will play the best. You know, like down the stretch. That's the biggest concern.
That's on a 12-game winning streak, though.
Nets are
That's on
they
jeopardy
are
right now.
they are on a 12-game winning
The
streak,
streak's in
but they
jeopardy.
also are down. Oh, what the? What?
I
Yeah, last time
swear-
it was for like 49.
I swear,
like,
I just looked at the TV and they were down 20. I looked back and they're only down like 10. So
They were never down. They were down
No,
point.
they were literally just down
no, I
like
wasn't
they were just
watching.
down like 18. They were literally just down
10
18.
points for you guys is nothing. You guys like 100% offense.
They were literally just down 18.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's besides the point. Besides the point.
Comes Katie.
Even if the Nets lose this game, it's fine.
Easy
Okay,
money.
teams don't always go on these crazy winning streaks. It's fine. The fact that we could even get to 12
It was impressive.
when we were the 12th seed is
Yeah.
insane because
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think anybody could have predicted. Not even me. Not even Hamza. We didn't say we were going to be the second seed in the next 2 months because of Jacques Vaughn. As soon as Vaughn got hired, none of us said, okay, he's going to take us right back
So
to
the
the top.
process of Kyrie and Ben Simmons kind of sped up.
Kyrie and Vaughn,
They
as
kind
soon
of-
as they got together, I think the Nets have
Yeah.
been 22-7
Mhm.
since that.
Ben Simmons have been kind of firing back.
I want to ask the two non-Net fans:
Here we go.
do you guys think this is the year the Nets have the best chance of winning the ship than they have in the past 3-4 years?
I mean, based off the teams last,
Just based on the entire league, like there's no clear standout. The Celtics have been falling off in the past few weeks, right? They have not won the games they're supposed to win. They lost to Magic twice. They got blown out by the Thunder with no shy. The Celtics are still a really good team, but do the Nets have a real chance of winning the chip?
I think they have a real chance if their bench continues like this. But
If KD and Kyrie continue like this,
yeah,
averaging
yeah,
30,
that-
30
that's also
each,
very
30
true.
each on 50, 40, 90 efficiency, which is insane.
Would you say the Nets are better than the Nuggets and Grizzlies and Pelicans right now?
I think if they play a 7-game series, I think so.
offensively, but the
I think they're
difference between
better
the
than the
Nets and
Mavs.
the Celtics is the Nets.
The
all
Celtics. The
offense.
Celtics do have better defense, but the Nets' defense has gone up and up and up since
Yeah.
Vaughn has been here.
Vaughn's a defensive coach, right? He's a head coach right now.
can't
But like
be
he
like-
used to be.
I'm not sure, but I mean, you could say that because I'm not sure because he's off the Popovich tree. So like he played for the Spurs. He won a championship with the Spurs. He was an assistant, I think, with Popovich, and then he was an assistant with the Nets. So I mean, after being a head coach for the Magic,
Yeah.
the Magic sucked. So I don't blame him for that. But I don't know if he's defensive like that, but he's making them play defense, and defense more than anything is like hustle and desire. It's more than anything, right? Like
Yeah.
know your spots, know where to go and all that. Like that's understood, but it's more about do you want to play defense?
Yeah.
I don't think Nash was inspiring the guys
No.
to go out there and play defense. Nash was like a point guard. He was never like a crazy defensive guy. So
Yeah.
I don't think he inspired the guys to do anything on the defensive end.
I don't know, man.
It looks like the Nets are just playing for Vaughn. They're playing for
It's-
each other. They look like they're hyped.
It's just like that's why this postseason is gonna be so crazy. 'Cause
There's no clear
every
favorite.
single team
There's
is
no
like
clear favorite. I love it.
like that's why I can't say the Nets are gonna win it all. Like
But they have a real chance.
They have a
That's
real
all I
chance,
ask,
yeah,
that's all
they
I
have a real
ask. But
chance.
3 weeks ago, the Bucks and the Celtics were at the top, and we were like, okay, well, those are the two clear best teams.
yeah,
No one else is going to touch those two.
it
And
can
we were
change.
like the Cavs, maybe.
It can
And
change
in-
just
in
like
3
that,
weeks,
bro.
In 3 weeks, the Nets are above the Bucks and the Cavs.
Yeah, it can change
Just,
just
like
like
that.
that.
And I know standings don't mean everything, but
Yeah.
the way the East is playing this year is
It's crazy.
that's probably the best East we've seen in a while. Because even below the 5th seed, like the Pacers, the Heat, the Knicks, even the Wizards you want to throw in, the Raptors, they're all solid ass teams.
I wouldn't throw the Wizards in.
I would throw them in there.
We had a 6-game winning streak.
Under 20.
They're decent.
now.
I think the Wizards are decent.
7 and 15 on
But
away games.
as you said a few weeks ago, the coach is not it.
Nah. But
He's not it.
we still went on that win streak, so it's not bad.
It's
we lost
not-
we
yeah.
lost against the Bucks yesterday. We beat them
Can't-
once.
Can't blame him. Can't blame him for that. It's
Yeah.
Giannis dropped like 50.
Giannis dropped like 50, bro. Oh, let's talk about Giannis, dude.
Oh, go
Giannis has
ahead.
been dropping bombs, bro.
I don't see, but before this week or maybe like a week and a half ago, he had the like 4-game stretch where he was awful.
Yeah.
He choked against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Remember when he got boomed on, and then airballed 2 threes. Like Giannis, I know he's still Giannis. Like he's still a top 3-4 player. Like you can't debate that. But he's had some bad stretches
bad,
this year.
yeah.
He's definitely had some bad stretches.
When he starts shooting and it just goes bad all the way around.
I agree, but it doesn't affect that team because like
No,
it does affect the team, but
if
like
he's not playing
it's.
to his standard that we like expect him to be, then the Bucks are not the same team.
But the thing is,
Middleton's not going to carry the load every game.
like there has been times where Giannis hasn't done good, but like
The
Chris
Bucks-
Middleton, Drew Holiday,
Yeah,
all of them, Brook
sometimes-
Lopez, all of them,
sometimes, yeah.
they step up.
I agree.
That's why the Bucks are always like successful.
But in the playoffs, in the games we've seen, when the Bucks win is when Giannis is the best
Oh,
player.
you did know that's
Giannis-
true.
when
Of
Giannis has like
That's obviously true.
35 or 40, 10 and 10. Like those, I mean, we know that it's pretty obvious. Like it goes without saying. Like your best player has to be the best player for you to win.
Yeah.
And
So when he don't, then you just kind of don't know what the game plan kind of is, and
who
just
that?
get-
Because
and just
Middleton,
keep giving it
Middleton
to
is going
him.
to keep giving him,
Yeah,
and Holiday, Middleton just go off and
if,
like see
if
what
Giannis
happens.
has an off day, then you just keep feeding him the ball, and then just he's
Because if Giannis is having an off day, it's really, really ugly.
Yeah.
Because his mid range, he starts taking more shots, and the shots are not going to go in.
Yeah.
Because like, if you're not a good shooter, how is taking more shots going to help you? It's not going to do anything. If his paint shots are not falling, his game
Yeah.
gets very, very ugly, and very free throw dependent.
One team I wanted to mention that kind of people were hyping up a little bit before the season started was the Hawks.
The Hawks fell off.
They've been mad quiet.
I
and
don't know
kind of
why
fell
they're that
off.
bad though.
They got Deontay Murray. They got good pieces.
Murray,
but
Collins, Young.
I think it's
There's-
also the
They
coach.
just
Capella.
can't. They just can't play together.
Young is
dude.
also not playing.
They just
the
cannot.
same- and he's also having some issues with the front office
with
and
the
shit.
coaching.
I think it's the
Coach.
coach.
because he got injured and he's trying to force his way back, and they're telling him no, you have to rest. And then he's given like Trae Young is giving them the ultimatum is like you either play me or I'm like not gonna be there or like some shit like
I
that.
think the
He's
coach
like,
is
"Just
thinking
don't."
about leaving.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like they
halfway
need
through,
a
like
different-
halfway
they
through
need
the
a
I
season.
think it's genuinely hard to coach DeJounte Murray and Trae Young at the same time,
They're
bro.
both like have really
Like,
big egos, and they both have a similar
can't-
play style.
Similar, yeah. You can't like. It's just hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard. So
Yeah, it was not a good
I-
signing. I think
I
from
think
the
it was
start, it didn't look like a
I
good
think it's
signing.
a
Yeah.
good signing. Like they still
Mm.
have talent because they still have Capella there, and they still have Bogdanovich.
Collins is still there, right? Or
Yeah,
is
they still have Collins.
is there.
That's what I'm saying. I think if they had a little bit more of an experienced coach, I think they would be better. But it's not a
I think it's definitely. Coaching.
it's not a better roster than you can argue like 6-7 teams in each conference
Yeah.
that are easily better as a roster. So they still have a way to go. I don't know. I didn't see that much hype coming in. It was more like Murray was getting hype because he was off the Spurs. And Murray himself had a lot of hype
Yeah,
around him,
yeah.
but the Hawks, I don't know. I think we need.
That off-season shenanigans and all that, playing in
I think
pro
the-
AM games,
I think the one team that we need to talk about is the Suns.
been mad quiet, ups and downs.
What have the Suns been doing?
I haven't
bro?
heard CP3 once this year.
Nope.
Devin Booker's been out. I get it. He's been in and out of the lineup.
CP3 been out
I get,
mentally,
yeah, definitely. But
checked out.
last year when Booker was out, the
Kanye got to him.
Suns were still winning a lot of games without Booker because other guys were stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
CP3 was still scoring points. I don't remember the last time CP3 had an amazing game.
I don't know, man. This is
He's getting up there in age.
It's Kanye West, aging him.
I think the Suns are done. I think after this
Yeah.
season they're gonna not blow up, but they're gonna definitely make some big changes to the roster. I think CP3 should go. I think Ayton might have to go.
Do you keep Booker?
Yeah, Booker. has to
Like
stay.
you're gonna
That's the whole-
rebuild around
You
Booker?
build
again?
around Booker.
That's the
'Cause
whole team.
who are you gonna get back that's better than Booker? It's really hard to do that. But
Yeah.
You can trade Ayton and Paul and get somebody back who's decent.
Yeah.
I don't see this current Suns roster. I don't think they're good enough to beat other teams in 7-game series. I just don't think Chris Paul is.
He's
Yeah,
not him.
2 seasons ago he was. Two
He's
seasons
not-
ago he was wilding.
Not him, Ithy.
He's just too old now. It's really all it is. It's
6
too
and
old.
12 away.
Unlike LeBron James,
Here we
who
go.
Oh my
is
God.
38 years old,
And still
40 point
windmill
games.
dunking, bro.
reversed windmilling off alley oops at 38.
Yeah, what was
I've
it?
never
Giannis was
seen
like,
that.
Giannis
I've
was like,
never
House
seen
of
that.
Highlights doesn't post me anymore because I don't dunk. I don't have the legs under me like I used to. Bro, you're a child compared to
Giannis
LeBron.
is saying that, bro. Imagine what LeBron is feeling. Zion is hurt again with another hamstring strain. Think about how durable LeBron has been in 20
is
in
crazy.
20 to 21
That's
years.
actually crazy.
This man has not been like, bro. Like, only in the past 3 years has he been
It's
falling
been-
apart.
yeah,
He's been
yeah.
falling apart a little bit. I mean, I get
Few
it. He's
injuries,
getting
but
close
he
to
hasn't
40.
gotten injuries before that.
He doesn't-
Even
he-
then,
he's not like always in and out,
Yeah.
in and out. And when he comes back, he's ready to play. Like the
Last
rest, the
season,
Lakers are
yeah.
terrible. Okay, we know that. Lakers are 13th in the West.
yeah.
They're 16 and 21. They're not a championship team, and we're pretty certain they're not making a trade, right? Like it probably would have happened by now.
Lakers?
No, I think it can still happen.
But you would think it's gonna happen. I don't think
Towards
so.
the
I think it
deadline?
can still happen,
I
bro.
don't see it.
I don't
It's
think
Le-
so.
You don't think LeBron's gonna be like?
I think there's a bigger chance of LeBron leaving the Lakers than the Lakers trading for another making.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like LeBron's been saying some shit that like I'm still want to compete for championships. That's always been my goal. And
put up like 38 points by himself.
He says it almost every press conference. He's like, I still want to win championships. I don't think he doesn't say it, but he basically says this team is not a championship team.
So where he's going?
It's coming to Brooklyn, bro.
I knew you were gonna say that, bro.
Cavs. If you went back to Cavs,
And with that, we're gonna end the episode. No more.
Yep.
No longer.
Hey,
100%.
if we trade Seth
Oh,
Curry,
here we go.
Seth Curry, Ben Simmons,
you just want everybody, don't you?
Seth Curry, Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, and maybe Daron Sharp, and then you give him like a first round, a second round. I'm taking that trade if I'm the Lakers.
Are you
What?
kidding this guy?
Are you not taking that trade?
Nah, they.
How are you
want
denying
Kyrie,
that?
They want
You
Kyrie.
just named
or-
You
everyone.
named every single person on the roster, and you're like, let's throw that
Ben-
shit in, bro.
Ben, Seth, and Joe, and you could take any other random bum. That's okay, and then a pick or two.
They're gonna veto that fucking trade.
What?
So you're gonna have
LeBron is 30.
Kevin Durant,
LeBron James,
LeBron James,
Kyrie Irving,
Kyrie Irving,
Cla-
Claxton,
Claxton.
and who's the other shooter on it?
Bronny Jr.
You don't even need to get to that. You think
That's how you win a championship.
Silver is gonna allow that?
All right, you got 5 players. You just
That
traded
trade-
like 7 of them,
Silver
bro.
allowed KD
What
to
else
the
do you have on your
Warriors.
bench?
Don't say that. Shut the hell up.
Bruh.
Silver allowed KD to go to the 73-9 Warriors. This would not be anything like that.
It'd be
LeBron's
worse.
38.
It's LeBron James. Nobody on the
LeBron
Warriors
wants
is-
to be on a championship roster, and we have a championship roster.
He's not going to the Nets, man. It's not happening.
He's not going to
Zero
go to
chance.
Nets.
Zero chance.
Let's be realistic. Come on.
Crazier things have happened.
What are the chances do you think?
He's going to the Warriors
15%.
with Steph Curry.
15%.
Restart.
15% is not a bad chance. Come on, guys.
I think it's
KD
like 5.
went to the 73-9 Warriors after they just beat him in the playoffs. You telling me LeBron going to Nets? Like, that's not the most surprising trade ever.
LeBron's going to Curry, bro.
LeBron
I
to the
want to see that
Warriors?
happen.
I don't think so.
I would love
I
to
don't
see
think
that
I
happen.
don't think LeBron would go to Curry. It'd be like a little bit too
Come
much.
on, dude.
I don't think so.
And then Bronny pulls
I
up
think
next
there's a
year.
better chance of
Or the year
LeBron
after.
going to the Nets than he does to go to
He didn't even
Warriors.
got to move states, though. That's the thing. He
We
has
already
all
got
of his
him.
houses
We got a
there.
crib,
Come on, you know?
businesses.
He can sell it and buy another house. That's
But
not.
like-
Okay,
I don't think that's a major issue.
Last
for
scenario.
LeBron.
Last scenario. What if he goes back to the Heat? That'd be hard.
I said that last week.
He just
I was like,
dogged
he
him.
should.
I think they're playing again tonight, but I think he just dropped like 30-40 against them last time they played. The Heat love him. The Miami, like, they got 2 rings out of him. He won his first ring there.
He
I
look
know
he's showcasing himself right now.
I know the-
dropping the 40,
I know the
50s.
Cavs is the easy
He has a
option because it's a hometown team, but they might not be willing to ship
They-
off their
they have
young
a better
talent. They have a lot of
system.
young talent.
They have a better system.
So maybe the Heat, bro. He could be a good option.
I said that last week.
Go there and
I
retire.
I think it's a. I think it should.
It's a
be
good
great
spot to retire. Who doesn't want to
destination.
retire in Miami? You know, it's a good spot.
Yeah. Retirement.
LA
home, LeBron.
LA has not shown any signs of being capable of putting a good team around him, except one season. One season,
Bubble.
and it was bubble
Asterisk.
season. Bubble season.
Championship.
They deserved the championship, but that was 1 year out of 11 years of Genie Bus owning it that they've had a good roster.
Uh-huh.
LeBron's the GOAT.
LeBron is a GOAT.
That's all I really
Can't
have to
argue
say.
that.
He
I
deserves.
can.
He deserves
Argue it
to
right
be on
now.
a better team.
No, you know what? I don't even want to hear
Michael
100%.
Jordan is
I
the
don't even wanna
MVP
hear it.
trophy.
Huh?
Michael Jordan is the MVP trophy, bro.
Plumbers.
What?
He's the MVP trophy.
Why does that matter?
Goldness, greatness, longevity,
Plumbers.
legacy.
Plumbers.
You
Michael Jordan.
never watched one Michael Jordan
Plumbers.
game.
I have.
and
What game?
I have.
What game?
I have.
What game? What was the last championship run
watched-
you saw him
I
go on?
watched
Who did
98
who did
You saw the whole thing?
Who did MJ beat in his last championship run
Jazz.
against? Like who's on the team?
What's his name? The greatest passer of all time.
Who?
Fuck, I forgot his name.
Yeah, who is it? Who?
It's something with the
This
S. It's
this
Stowski,
this is who
Stowski.
this is who nowadays
Soblowski.
people say is MJ the GOAT.
Hey, bro.
People don't even know who
I
he
don't,
played
need,
against.
I don't need to analyze who he playing
He
against.
didn't even play against
He
anybody.
played against the greatest passer of all time.
played against
and
a
a
bum.
physical ass
He played
fucking
against
Malone.
bums, bro.
He played against the Detroit
He
fucking
played against
abusive
he played
fucking
against
team
plumbers.
and took them out in the 80s.
People
He
i-
dominated Magic, one of the greatest players
People-
out there, and took him off.
people in the
Olympic
70s and 80s who were in the NBA were making some of them were making the same amount of money as truck drivers.
team. He literally decided who can be on the Olympics team. That's how great he is. I rest my case.
That
Six-
doesn't mean
six rings.
that doesn't mean anything.
Dominance of the 90s.
That doesn't mean anything.
He is the reason
That doesn't
Charles
mean-
Barkley doesn't have a ring, and a lot of greats don't have a ring.
Talking about Stockton?
He didn't
I
even,
said with the
Why you
S.
say
I couldn't.
you rush it? No, I was like Stockton was on that team.
I couldn't remember his name. I just couldn't remember his name. I'm not gonna remember the whole fucking Jazz roster from fucking 90s.
But I know Stockton.
I know. I said he's the greatest passer of all time.
All right, guys. Let's wrap up the
What is
episode.
Yep. Jordan the
Look.
GOAT.
Guys, let's
Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
That's they caught me so off guard. 98-69.
And the
What-
fun, he's been there for
It's
like
his
2
first
weeks, bro.
night.
Go
It's a
home.
different
It's
game,
from last
different
game. From
game,
last
yeah.
game. All right.
Oh,
but
I was like, go home.
we are definitely we're gonna wrap it up, and I just want to let you guys know the Sixers are currently down by 4
Yep.
against the Pacers, and that's why we had to end it early. We're gonna have to analyze this game so we can get back to you guys next week.
Yes,
with,
sir.
The Nets are down as well
thorough
by like
analysis.
double points.
Halftime.
We can't be down because we don't have a game.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
If we
Hamza,
lose this, you might see
I will,
his body floating in the
Hamza, take it
ocean.
away.
After a message from Dodge.
take it away.
He
I will
might
take it
he
away.
might be floating in the Potomac soon.
That's a loser talking.
That is a very concerning statement. But
Yeah, bleep all that out.
thank you for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, if you want to let us know what you think about the podcast or the episode, you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts or any other streaming platform. We're available on all of them. If you want to stay up to date on when new episodes drop or any other sports update, you can catch it all on any of our social media platforms at Check the Stat 5. I am Hamza, along with Harry, T-Rain, and Dodge from the Sixers. Check the stats.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Use the link down below. Bet US.
Use it, please.
You don't use it, then it's gonna show up at your house.
All right,
Tell him,
yeah.